Hey, I'm Emma, a 32-year-old film director living the dream in Los Angeles. Right now, I'm standing in front of my closet, debating what to wear for my 5th wedding anniversary party. 5 years already, can you believe it? It feels like just yesterday that Michael and I were exchanging vows after our whirlwind romance. Babe, have you seen my diamond earrings? I call out to Michael. Check the top drawer where you always leave them, he replies, sounding a bit exasperated. I roll my eyes. Right, because I'm so forgetful. I mutter under my breath as I fish out the earrings. Catching my reflection in the mirror, I smile to myself. Not too bad for someone who spends more time behind a camera than in front of one. With a final deep breath, I smooth down my dress. Showtime. The doorbell rings and I hear Michael greeting the first guests. Plastering on my best hostess smile, I head downstairs. Emma, darling, you look absolutely stunning. My best friend Sophia air kisses my cheeks as she gushes. Thanks, Soph, I'm so glad you could make it. I spot Michael's mother, Vivian, scrutinizing the decor with her usual critical eye. Emma dear, don't you think these centerpieces are a bit garish? She asks. I bite back a retort and smile politely. I think they're lovely, Vivian, but thanks for the feedback. Michael slides up beside me, wrapping an arm around my waist. Mom, everything looks perfect. Emma's done an amazing job. His support comforts me, though I notice his grip tightening slightly as Vivian raises an eyebrow. As more guests arrive, including my parents and Michael's sister Rachel, I slip into hostess mode, laughing at the right moments, keeping glasses full, and ensuring the conversation flows smoothly. So, Emma, any new projects in the works? My dad's voice cuts through the chatter, pride evident in his tone. Actually, yes, I'm in talks to direct a new indie film. It's still early, but I'm really excited about it. That's wonderful, sweetheart, my mom chimes in. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Michael's jaw clench. We haven't exactly talked about this project yet, and I know he's not thrilled about the hours of demand. The atmosphere feels off. Maybe it's Vivian's constant whispering to Michael or the sympathetic glances Rachel keeps throwing my way. But I push those thoughts aside. It's our anniversary after all. Everything is perfect, right? The party's in full swing and I'm feeling good. Maybe it's the champagne, or maybe it's just the joy of having all our friends and family here. Either way, it's time to cut the cake. Michael, honey, let's cut the cake. I call out, giggling as I approach the elegantly decorated cake. Michael weaves through the crowd toward me, but before I can pick up the knife, Vivian's voice cuts through the noise. Wait just a moment. We have a family tradition for this. Let's do it properly. I roll my eyes, feeling emboldened by the bubbly warmth. Oh, come on, Vivian. It's just cake. Without waiting, I grab the knife and playfully slice a small piece. The next thing I know, there's a sharp crack and stinging pain flashes across my face. The room goes eerily silent. It takes a second for me to realize what just happened. Michael, my husband, slapped me in front of everyone. My cheek burns, but the humiliation is far worse. I feel the weight of everyone's eyes on me, the collective gasp echoing in the room. Without a word, I turn and run, barely hearing Sophia call my name as she follows. Upstairs in our bedroom, I collapse and Sophia wraps her arms around me as I break down. Emma, oh my God. Are you okay? I can't believe he did that. I don't know what happened, I stammer, still in shock. Sophia's voice turns firm. Emma, listen to me. This isn't okay. You need to leave him. This isn't the first time he's been controlling, you know it. I hear raised voices from downstairs. My dad's fury cuts through the murmur. How dare you put your hands on my daughter? I bury my face in my hands. This can't be happening. It's all a misunderstanding, right? Sophia's phone buzzes. She glances at it, her face hardening. It's a text from Rachel. She says you won't believe this. Vivian's actually praising Michael for what he did. She's recording it. I feel sick. How did everything go so wrong so fast? Emma, Sophia says gently, you don't have to go back down there. We can leave. Right now. But I shake my head. No, I need to fix this. It was just a misunderstanding. Despite Sophia's protests, I reapply my makeup, carefully covering the red mark on my cheek. I force a smile, though it feels like it's cracking at the edges, and head back downstairs. The party is still going, but the atmosphere is thick with tension. I hear whispers, catch sideways glances, but I push through. Everything's fine. I announce, my voice only slightly shaky. Just had a little too much champagne, that's all. I spend the rest of the night in a daze, playing the perfect hostess, laughing at jokes and refilling glasses, all while avoiding Michael's eyes. When the last guest finally leaves, I slip upstairs and collapse into bed, feigning a headache to avoid talking to him. Now I'm lying here, wide awake, replaying not just tonight but the past few years. The times Michael would joke at my expense in front of others. How he always seemed to know where I was and who I was with. And how Vivian was always there, hovering, criticizing, pushing. I roll over, burying my face in the pillow. It was just a mistake, right? He didn't mean it. He loves me, doesn't he? Weeks have passed since the party and I've thrown myself into work, trying to bury the memory of that night. I've been avoiding calls from Sophia and my parents, making excuses about being too busy with a new project. It's easier than facing the truth. Emma, we need to go over these storyboards. Jack, the new producer, says as he walks into my office. I look up, startled. Oh right, sorry, I was lost in thought. Jack smiles, and for the first time in weeks I feel seen. No worries. How about we grab some coffee and go through them? As we work, I find myself relaxing. Jack actually listens to my ideas, values my input. It's refreshing. Then my phone buzzes. Sophia again. I silence it quickly. Everything okay? Jack asks, concern in his eyes. I force a smile. Yeah, just personal stuff. Later that day, I finally cave and call Sophia back. Emma, thank God, she says as soon as she answers. We need to talk. Can you meet me? There's something in her voice that makes me agree. An hour later, I'm sitting across from Sophia and Rachel in a quiet cafe, my stomach in knots. Emma, we found some things, Sophia starts, her voice soft. Rachel, show her. Rachel slides a folder across the table toward me. I'm so sorry, Emma, but you need to see this. My hands tremble as I open the folder. Financial records, emails, photos. My world starts spinning. He's been embezzling from your company, Sophia says gently. And that's not all. Rachel pulls out her phone and plays an audio recording. I hear Michael's voice, followed by Vivian's. We need to get control of her assets before she catches on, Michael says. Once the divorce is final. I feel like I'm going to be sick. Divorce? But Rachel's face is full of sympathy and I know there's more. He's been having an affair, she says quietly, with his assistant. The cafe suddenly feels too small, the walls closing in. I stumble out onto the street, Sophia and Rachel right behind me. Emma, breathe, Sophia says, grabbing my shoulders. I know it's a lot, but we're here for you. As the shock begins to wear off, anger rises in its place. How long have you known? I ask, my voice unsteady. We started digging after the party, Rachel admits. I couldn't stand by any longer, not after what he did. I take a deep breath, trying to steady myself. What else? They exchange glances before Sophia speaks. Vivian's been spreading rumors, trying to ruin your reputation in the industry. I laugh bitterly. Of course she has. Rachel hesitates, her voice soft. There's something else, Emma. Michael. He's planning to file for divorce. He wants control of everything you've built. I feel like I've been punched in the gut again, but beneath the pain, there's something else, determination. No, I say, my voice firmer than I feel. No, he's not going to take anything from me, not anymore. Sophia squeezes my hand. What do you want to do? I straighten up, meeting their eyes. I want to fight back. I want to protect myself, my career, everything I've worked for. And I want Michael to pay for what he's done. Rachel nods. We're with you, Emma, all the way. As we start to plan our next move, a strange mix of emotions floods through me. Yes, I'm devastated, but I'm also angry. For the first time in a long time, I feel powerful. Michael thinks he can destroy me? Let him try. I'm done being the victim in this story. It's time to write my own ending. For weeks, I've been working nonstop, setting my plan into motion. Late nights with lawyers, secret meetings with my parents, and endless preparation for tonight's gala. My hands tremble as I adjust my dress, knowing what's about to unfold. You ready for this? Sophia asks, squeezing my hand. I take a deep breath. As ready as I'll ever be. We step into the gala, and I spot Michael and Vivian almost immediately. They're working the room, all smiles and charm. If only everyone knew the truth. Emma, darling. Michael calls out, his voice dripping with false sweetness. Come, let me introduce you to the Spielbergs. I plaster on a smile. In a minute, honey. I need to prepare for my announcement. As I make my way toward the stage, I catch Rachel's eye. She gives me a subtle nod. Everything is in place. Ladies and gentlemen, I begin, my voice steady despite the rapid beating of my heart. I'm thrilled to announce my latest project. It's a story about truth, justice, and the masks we wear. I pause, glancing at Michael's smug expression. He thinks this is just another career move. But tonight, it's so much more. Before I tell you about the film, I continue. I'd like to share a different story. My story. The lights dim, and a video begins to play. Gasps ripple through the room as footage of Michael's abuse fills the screen. His face twists in fury as he realizes his private misdeeds are now laid bare for all to see. What is this? He shouts, his voice full of rage. But his outburst is drowned out by Vivian's recorded scheming. The audience watches in shock as financial records flash across the screen, followed by testimonials from former employees. Michael and Vivian try to push through the crowd, desperate to flee, but they're met at the exit by police officers. Michael Thompson, you're under arrest for embezzlement and domestic abuse, an officer announces as he cuffs him. Vivian shrieks, you can't do this. Do you know who we are? But her protests fall on deaf ears as they're both led away. The room erupts in chaos. Reporters clamor for statements, industry power players express their shock and support. And through it all, I stand tall, finally free from the weight of secrets and lies. In the days that follow, my phone doesn't stop ringing. Interviews, messages of support, even job offers pour in. But what I cherish most are the quiet moments with Sophia, Rachel, and my parents. I'm so proud of you, sweetheart, my mom says, hugging me tightly. Weeks turn into months, and I throw myself into my new film, surrounded by a crew that respects and supports me. The healing process is slow, but each day, I feel stronger. Cut. That's a wrap on scene 12. I call out, grinning at my team as we break for lunch. My phone buzzes. It's a message from Michael, currently awaiting trial. Another tearful apology, begging for forgiveness. Without hesitation, I delete it. That chapter of my life is closed. Hey Emma, Jack calls out, waving a script. Got a minute to go over these rewrites? I smile, feeling genuinely happy for the first time in years. Absolutely. As we walk together, discussing ideas, I realize something profound. My happily ever after isn't about finding the perfect partner or having a flawless life. It's about being true to myself, surrounded by people who genuinely care. The sun is setting as we finish for the day, and I look around at my crew, my friends, my chosen family. This is where I belong. This is my story, and I'm writing every page. All right, team, I say, clapping my hands. Let's get ready for tomorrow. We've got a movie to make. As we pack up, laughing and chatting, I feel a sense of peace wash over me. The future is bright, and this time, I'm in control. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. The story has come to an end, but now I have a question for you. If you were in Emma's shoes, would you have exposed Michael and Vivian publicly at the gala, or handled the situation privately? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and opinions matter, and they could help someone in a similar situation. If you found Emma's journey powerful, don't forget to hit that like button. And for more stories of triumph over adversity, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and remember, your story isn't over yet.